Hey, hey, hey! What's up, what's up? Welcome! Crypto midweek review. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, SPX, dollar, and see what we have to work with for the rest of the week. Thanks to my sponsor, BingX. This is the exchange that I trade on. They make this possible. Excellent exchange. Check them out. Um, One of the things I love about them, apart from the excellent user interface, is you can trade directly in TradingView. So you just link your account, you can sign up, no KYC, nothing needed, and you can trade directly in TradingView. And they have great ratings. They're awesome. Very, very happy to be trading there. If you want to sign up, they've arranged a special promotion for my YouTube community, which is $100 free. Now they done this for me last month, and some of you will remember. And it was excellent. It was brilliant. People signed up, got the $100 traded with it, and withdrew, or continued trading. Brilliant. So they're doing it for me again. First 100 people to sign up. All you need to do, sign up using the link in the bio, which is here, but it will be in the bio. If you click down on YouTube, you'll see it in the bio. Click that. Make sure it's the Tyler Durden link in the URL, and within 24 hours, $100 will be in your account. Now, the terms: you cannot withdraw the $100. Okay, you can't just sign up, withdraw the $100, but you can withdraw all of your winnings. So use it to trade. Any winning trades you make, make it all back in one trade. 100x the $100, bang. Long Bitcoin, maybe even take a trade off my stream, but you can withdraw the winnings. Okay, no KYC needed to sign up. You just need an email address and no deposit required to receive the $100. So if you have any questions, hit me with a DM or drop it in the comments below. But that is as simple as it is. First 100 to sign up, get it. Probably be gone by tomorrow. Good luck. So we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. What's been going on? So weekly chart. How's the weekly candle looking? So we had a stream on Monday, the weekly open, and we have these ranges that we're working with, okay? And currently we're trading within that range. Now, what we've done different to Monday is we've taken out previous weekly high, which is over here, okay? Bang, we expanded straight into that out. We created Monday's range, and then Tuesday we just expanded straight into liquidity, and we've had a pullback, perfectly acceptable. It was a position I was trying to get my trading community short in, and we're looking for the pullback to be able to get long on a continuation. Why are we looking to get long? Because the way this is consolidated, we once it hit this high, we wanted to be short, but we're looking for it to retest support to get in on a continuation trade for further upside. We're looking for, as I said, if this weekly closes inside the range low, okay, we're targeting range high, but that's going to be a bit more than a swing trade, a positional trade for the rest of the month. So we're going to be trading in that direction for October, okay? Um, Week to week, we trade into last week's highs, last week's lows, okay? So essentially, if the market can remain bullish, I'm looking for the market to pull back to a support level and target 21.6, okay? 21,600 roughly. Okay, so this is based upon this SR level, which is resistance, resistance, support, resistance, failure above. Okay, so key level there comes in line nicely with that range high, and that is going to be the target. Now, what we've done over the last few days, or the last couple of weeks rather, and culminating in the last 2 days of expansion, is we've consolidated and contracted very, very tight price action. So here was the cluster that sent the market lower into these lows, okay? If you watched the weekly open, you would have seen this already, but we now have the breakout, okay? Broke out. You can see there, look, there was no candle closes above this key level. And you can drag that across and you can find support, 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 breakdown, okay? Support, breakdown, resistance, resistance, resistance. No candle closes above. Then Monday closes above, retest the level, expansion straight into liquidity. little pullback, no problem. So this was our key level, and we've only just broken out of it. And as I said, if you look back on, if you go back on the dates on my YouTube and you look at um, this particular area, okay, this is a similar example. So here was the cluster, very similar to the cluster here. Price sent price lower and acted as support. Now we had this range in here. You can go back on YouTube and search this yourself, but it's great for your learning. And we broke out. Okay, and immediately everybody wanted to fade it and sell it lower. Okay, and that tends to be what people tend to do when a market breaks out. Instead of anticipating the expansion out of the range and being on the same side of it, because it's telling you buyers are involved. All the price action is doing is telling you that buyers are stronger than sellers, right? You got to trust it. After a period of accumulation or a range bound price action, which you don't know whether it's accumulation or distribution, you have to trust a breakout late on. If it happened over here very early on, then you can say, well, it's probably bullshit, right? But it happened late on. This is very similar, okay? Contracted very, very tight, okay? That's showing that that level is not, the sellers at this level are no longer present because they're not able, every time it's retested, they're not able to sell the price off, okay? There's nothing in there, and now it's broken. So what I'm expecting with this is further upside, quite simply further upside. So if we have a pullback into here, I'm expecting that to hold any of these levels, either Monday high or this key SR on the daily, and then further upside. I don't know how that's long that's going to take, but I think, just a nice retest, build a base, rip. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. And on lower time frames, what is that going to look like? Well, to me, that's going to look like this. You better load, don't you dare halfway through a stream. Oh, go on. Come on, get it in. If not, we'll have to do it on the old. What we got? Let's try and change the asset. Don't you dare. My apologies, but let's fix this. What we got? There she is. There you are. You've never looked so good. Right. Here was the range, okay, the price was in, and you see this key level, this pink level here, it was important because it held price up all weekend, or sorry, all the back end of last week, and in the weekend it consolidated, dropped, took out the low, and there was a little over and under in there, and there was the breakout, rip higher. Okay, there was no retests of levels, but then we had the three highs, 1, 2, 3, into last week's high, which is over here. Okay, this pullback is absolutely um, expected. After a big old rally like this, um, you expect a little pullback. It's got to deleverage some longs, isn't it? Take them off this steam train, if this steam train is going to keep going upwards. Now, normally what you look for in some of these big moves, okay, or some of these decent size moves that don't have pullbacks, is you can measure them, okay, using the Fibonacci from high to low, and the middle, the 50%, really, it's much like it's cyclical, right? So you really don't want a move that goes up to retrace more than 50%. If it retraces about 60%, then you start calling it a bubble, and that's on a macro level. Okay, well, it's the same on a micro level. It's fine to pull back 50% of the move and then continue on, and that's how you get the structure: higher highs, higher lows. Okay, higher highs, higher lows. You just don't want a more than 50% pullback. The numbers are not fixed and they're not perfect each time, but as a rule of thumb, they're pretty useful. Now, what am I looking for here? Well, I want to see how the market reacts when it takes out these lows here. So just in here, there's a couple of little equal lows. So let's mark them out. Just in there, bang. Okay, see them little equal lows? I think he's coming for them. So we have them in there. They were in yesterday's price action. Okay, pushed up, dropped in, didn't take them out. It's left two real clean lows there. And what would have happened as price moved upwards? Traders would have brought their stops up, and there's probably That was probably the last swing before, well, I mean, that was the last swing before that high, and I think that is where everybody's stop is. They wouldn't have had them there. They may have locked profit in and just had it real tight, but traders tend to look for little swings, okay? So you bring your stop up, 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 maybe you bring it up here, and then you just start bringing it under each swing, right? And so I think for me, the last area where would be before the high hit uh, would be here, and that just so happens to have a nice little equal low there. So I think a big sharp drop into there today, I think likely today, will bring us back into Monday high. As we've said, we have the confluence of 50% of the move, which is this grey, okay, this grey level in here, as well as this pink SR, which you have was resistance, resistance, failure above, resistance, resistance, but grinding into the level, very similar to how it done on the macro, okay, grinding into the level, breakout. So you have key SR there, key SR there on the pink, Monday high there, 50% of the move mid-range around there. So all I'm looking for is that to retest these supports, take out the stops, then I can start paying attention and hoping price starts building some sort of a base, okay? And then we can get back in risk continuation, okay? And what that looks like, I don't know yet, but really ideally I want it to get back in where the main body of price action was. If I mark that out nice and cleanly on here, what would that look like? It would look like this. I'll just use this grey box for the moment. That was where most of the price action was. Okay, something like that. Resistance, and then it was within here, dropped out, pushed above, but you can see a lot of the price action was within. So if price can get back within that grey, oh, let me just mark that up again. Excuse me. If price can get back within the grey after taking out the lows and retesting support, then we will be looking for, or we'll be very happy, and then we'll be looking for further entries compounding. Once it breaks this high again, you have to start asking the question, why is it up here? There's no liquidity apart from at that high, which is Tuesday's high. So then we're looking for that fast move straight into there. Of course, there's a bearish narrative as well. There's a bearish potential if this was just the top. If this just squeezed up purely just to rip them highs to then collapse, where would be my cutoff, my line in the sand? I don't want to see this market get back within the blue. Now that blue is that key level on the daily. It does not need to come back below there, okay? If it gets back below there and closes a daily candle, this was the failure pattern. Failure to break out, and then we start targeting all these lows, and I think that will be a big collapse. Now we'll deal with that if it closes below. Okay, now Ethereum very, very similar. Ethereum has done nothing. You'll do nothing. So Ethereum has done nothing, right? It's still within the range, but it's the nice thing about Ethereum is a little bit deeper pullback. It's almost pulled back to, I mean, look at it. It's not. We've lost nothing yet because of it. It hasn't even gone anywhere. Still within this range here. Pull back to Monday high. Okay. Now you can see here. Here was the key high that it failed to take out, and here was last week's high. So there was the divergence where it was showing you weakness across the altcoin market because Bitcoin took them highs out and then it ripped into them. Ethereum didn't follow up. BTC DOM went parabolic, and only some altcoins did move alone, and that was nice to see. But we're now back at Monday's high with Ethereum. Now this is where we want to see that starting to build a base, okay, over the next few hours and the next day. We want to see maybe a little retest of the level, breaks in structures, and we'll get on the bid and look for continuation. Okay. I think if that comes as low as Monday mid-range, it's over. And then we look for the back test of Monday high to sell it straight back into low of the week, which is over here. Previous low, previous week's low. Okay, which should be a retest of the pink. Now, how does that confluence with SPX and dollar? So, where is SPX? Here it is. I went over this on Monday's stream. I think I did. If I didn't, then I did on I did in Fight Club. So I wanted it to push up into here, and it's done that, but fast. Okay, and that is starting to look a little bit top heavy now. So I wanted it to retest previous week's high, which it looks like it's about to do, which is a good thing. And this cluster was always going to prove problematic in terms of upside. So, especially with that fast move, the way that moved on a pullback, it was going to have a little pullback now, isn't it? We're still in a bear market. Could just be a bear market rally. It's taken out enough liquidity now to warrant it just completely fucking collapsing back down. Excuse my language. But who knows? I think it'll find support, have a further rally just to drag some more. I think this might be one of them rallies where it just continues up because people just keep shorting it. They're very, very, very comfortable shorting at the minute. Everybody's very comfortable shorting. Okay, shorts could be piling on here, liquidity could be building here. So I think a retest of these levels, continuation up into next resistance, and wait for shorts to slow down. But I don't want this, capitulating from here. And to tie that in nicely with dollar, now I wanted to see on Monday's stream, I wanted to see a retest of this level, which was resistance, 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 break above, failure. Once it got back above, there's your over and under, rip. Okay, that found resistance on this cluster to the left on the weekly and the monthly, which was very, very clean here. Okay, there's the low that sent the market higher, and that came into that and found resistance. Now I think it's still got to move down into 109. Okay, I think this is just a bounce, and I think once that gets back below the pink, okay, that was all it wanted, and then we'll get that next retest, next lower low, and I think that will be where we bottom for a bigger move. Okay, so that ties in nicely with me wanting to be long Bitcoin at support, potentially long Ethereum, and SPX retest and further upside. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Goodbye.